All right, we're back. It's Monday, y'all. We're going to be talking the New York Knicks, New York Knicks, New York Knicks. World Cup. Is America legitimate? Fred, welcome back. We're recording on a Sunday. Fred's in a good mood because the Yankees just put up 5 runs in the top of the 9th inning to beat the Blue Jays
Yes,
and win the series.
it was the rubber match today. So 2 games out of 3 they took, but great week for the Yanks. 5 out of 6 on the road trip, back in first place. With all the injuries that we got going on, it's just big. So, but there's
Yeah,
bigger news out.
You got to follow Fred. You got to follow Fred on Instagram, TikTok. He's going to give us a Yankee recap after every game. Give us a breakdown of how it's going. But I mean, you're right. We're going to be talking Yankees later in the season, but New York is probably on fire right now, Fred. It's got to be something along those lines. I mean,
well, yeah,
wild.
I mean, last night was obviously wild, but the celebration ran into today with the Puerto Rican Day Parade. So, today was the Puerto Rican Day Parade. Last night they win. So, it's just been going wild for, close to 24 hours now. So, it's just wild out
crazy
there. I know, we've been sharing videos and such about the celebration, but some of those watch parties were absolutely, just amazing. The people, I don't know if you saw the video of everyone singing Empire State of Mind by Alicia Keys.
No.
Thousands of people
Okay.
at the same time. There's just so many videos going around. I mean, jumping on the buses and the cop cars, which is one of my favorite things to do in my free time.
Right.
I love those, but also there are some really good videos of the people celebrating and stuff. And you have to understand, man, the Knicks are they take up 5 boroughs. So it's there's a lot of the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Yonkers, Long Island, Staten Island. These are all different little subcultures, that are all now celebrating together. So it's pretty wild out there.
One of my favorite videos I actually saw it this morning was a woman had posted a video, and it was her son in the streets of New York. They said they booked a trip to New York, and the kid had his shirt off, and he's going like this, and he's from Miami. And she makes a comment like, my son, that just happened to be right place, right time.
Yeah.
And the kid's got his shirt off. He's waving it like a flag, and he's like, my son is going to be a Knicks fan for the rest of his life.
Definitely.
And I told Sarah, I was like, 100% this kid is.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind. He's going to go to school with all his buddies in Miami, and they're like, why are you a Knicks fan? He's like, let me tell you about this day.
Plus, with the World Cup being there, there's so many people coming in from around the country and world for some of these World Cup games. So New York is just, it's just electric.
Well, so Jalen Brunson puts up 45 points. We say last night, this is airing on Monday, so bear with us as we mix up our days to this entire podcast. But last night, Saturday night, Jalen Brunson puts up 45 points. Absolutely insane. The question I have for you, Fred, and it's everybody's asking right now, is Jalen Brunson the greatest player in New York Knicks history?
No, he's not top 3.
Now, it's funny. He's not even top 3.
Not yet.
Okay, fair. And here's why I say it. It was brought up after the end of the game, which I know you saw. Obviously, the situation with him and his father is really cool to see. But his dad flat out, before they started the press conference, well, don't even bring that up because he's not.
Yeah.
And he said it was Patrick Ewing.
Well, yeah, Patrick Ewing's one. And then you have Clyde Frazier and Reed. So, he's got a little bit to go. Now, if we have this conversation in 4 years from now, let's say, I think it's more right now it's center of mind and king of New York, greatest ever. But no, he's not. And he's an amazing player. He's Mr. Fourth Quarter. He gave him a championship. Patrick didn't. But when you look at longevity and numbers that Patrick put up and Clyde Frazier and Reed, just ridiculous.
So, okay, that was going to be my next question. Is it numbers he has to put up, or does he have to have another championship? Because I would argue to say that it can't really be championships because he now will have one, and Patrick Ewing will have one. Walt Frazier will have the one he won in the last time. They showed him quite a bit. Like, it's just longevity with the Knicks and maybe
he has to
keeping the stat line.
Yeah, he has to go longevity and just average 20 something points a year. And I think,
which I think
some other playoff moments, right? Like, I'm assuming they're going to still be in the playoffs in his career and making runs, which will be even better. Now, like, if he makes these runs again, it's like in 4 years from now when his contract's up, there's going to be no discussion whether he is, but just right now, obviously today he is, right? Like,
right.
New York lives for today. So like,
right. Understandable.
But,
and like, look, at the end of the day, I told you once this series started up, I was a huge Wemby guy, but I was pulling for New York. I was pulling for the East. Look, all the BS videos you're seeing online, those are a bunch of idiots. There's no doubt about it. But true Knicks fans, people that have been really, with this team from day one, which you see it all the time with either the celebrities or just the fans in general, to be able to see that and have them win one, it's just really cool. It really is cool.
The one thing is, like, and you know this, I'm not a Knick hater. I'm not a Knick fan, but I'm not a Knick hater. I would say, and I never even mention this really, like, the Knicks would probably be my second favorite team. I don't want to say that because I don't want people to say, oh, you're jumping on the bandwagon. No, I'm excited for the city, and that's that. I'm a Sixer fan, but I don't hate the Knicks. I worked with the Knicks for 7 years. Like, I have no ill will. I love the city, right? And I just think that, like, there's a lot of people out there. We love the hate. New York fans love.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay.
We love the hate because hate equals jealousy. And I've said that a million times to you about the Yankees.
100%.
Like, I love it being the evil empire. Like, so like, it's just sweeter to see the city like explode when you know that the majority of the country doesn't like you, right? Now, with that being said, I feel like there was a little more like representation from around the country. Like, not in a hateful way. Like, there was a lot. I think first of all, it was definitely good for the NBA. I mean, like,
there's no doubt about it. I cannot argue that. I don't care. You could be a Knicks hater. You could be a New York hater.
You're going to tell me
100% true statement.
OKC against the Cavs or the Spurs against the Cavs would have been better for the game and the fans. Come on, stop it. Like,
we would barely even be talking about it right now.
Probably not. So, like, this was an amazing series for the fans. It was a great series, to be honest, just by watching the games.
For sure. And I'm glad you brought that up, because here I kind of got some mixed emotions and I need a little clarity from you. Is like the comments that Wemby made at the end of the game. And, the one where he had like gotten up and said, see you later.
Never.
There was also one that he said that it was see you never. There's also one that he said that they dominated 100% of this series, which if you pull up the stat line and you didn't look at the final score, he's pretty accurate when he says that. The problem is, and I think is his inexperience versus experience, not necessarily saying that New York was that much better. They just figured out a way to win. They willed themselves to win. They capitalized on the mistakes of the Spurs, and the Spurs took their foot off the gas in a good majority of these games, including Game 4, which was probably the best NBA game outside of like some stuff in the 90s and the Jordan era and stuff like that I've ever watched. It was remarkable. I was going crazy as if it was a Detroit team. Cousin Doug was texting me that night and was like, I can't believe how excited I am about this game. We're not even from. And outside of Detroit, like, we've never been this excited about
I've been seeing
this situation.
Cousin Doug's been posting a lot about all that stuff. And, Cousin Doug does love New York. He's been.
Well, okay, so that's what I was going to say too. And it's just like, look, if it was the man would move there tomorrow. I mean, he's been there like 5 times in the last year. Like he has a residency there, in my opinion. right? So he definitely jumped on this wagon. I don't think he's ever going to get off. He loves the city, loves it.
Yeah, I think that there's less hate for the Knicks than there is the Yankees nationally. So like that kind of helped a little. I think that
Well, if the Knicks had eight championship wins, that it'd be a different conversation
probably,
too,
yeah.
right?
And
You know what I'm
they're-
saying? You guys as Yankees have one more, World Series. So now it's like, yeah, you already had it. In my opinion, it's like the Spurs. Like I have already watched you guys win a bunch of championships. It's time for somebody else.
And I feel like
that's kind of was my philosophy on this.
I also feel like the Knicks players, they're really likable. Well, so that helped.
Dude, did you see what Josh Hart posted or tweeted out either last night or this morning? He's like, he said something along the lines of, okay, it's golf season. Which golf club in New York should I join? And like all the like members are like, Josh, you and the boys can come play with us at any time. Like some people are like, yeah, you won't have a hard time finding a place. Like, you know what I mean? But that's kind of relatable.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they
like,
were.
they're easy to run.
They're a really likable team. Like, I'm not sure there's that many people out there that hate Brunson or Cat. I mean, they're from Jersey, right? So like, you have your number 1 and your 1A winning the NBA championship. Both guys from Jersey. Doesn't surprise me at all.
Well, it was funny last night when we were watching the game. Brunson comes on and he starts talking, and Sarah's like, well, where's he from? And immediately I said, well, he went to Villanova. And she's like, no, where's he from? Right. And so I look it up and I was like, geez, as Fred would say, obviously he's a Jersey guy. He's obviously a Jersey, Brunswick, New Jersey, actually.
New Brunswick. Yeah.
New Brunswick.
I mean, like it doesn't surprise me at all. But yeah, I mean, dude, it was a fantastic run. It'll be interesting to watch the Tunnel of Champions. Like, like on Thursday is the parade. That'll be kind of like cool to see because it's going to be wild. I mean, but I don't care. Like, you talk about LA and stuff, like nothing beats the celebrities at the Garden. I just hands down.
How did Timothy Chalamet end up in the locker room?
Crazy. They love him.
They do love him. Like him and Jalen are boys.
Yeah.
Like I love the fact that he, champagne in his eyes, and they're like, "Do you want glasses?" He's like, "I'm not an athlete." He's like, "I normally have a stunt guy for this, but I'm not an athlete."
He posted a picture of himself. I don't know if you saw that with icing his knees.
Yeah. I saw it. Yeah. People don't understand the fandom.
Yes.
Like
the wear and tear on your body.
Dude, I'm a huge Chalamet fan. You know that. I actually just watched a movie on Netflix from like 2017 that he was in. Don't ask me what the name of it. It's like The Summer It Was Hot or something like that.
Okay.
It's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah,
He's super young in it too.
It was great all around. It's great for the city. I'm happy for the city. I hope that they continue partying until, the end of the summer.
Thursday.
Like, just keep it going. Like,
Summer of the Knicks.
Yes. So,
do you have a different opinion of Wemby after this series and the comments that he said? Like, or is this starting to let his true colors out?
I was always a big Wemby guy, right? And I think he's a total stud. After just watching this, I think he's semi-punk, not like full punk.
Kind of the vibe. That's kind of the vibe I got.
But then again, it's like he's from
France. I'm taking my ball and going home kind of thing.
He's from France. So like I keep reminding myself that. So I'm like, like every time I would look and be like, this guy's a little fucking bitch, I'd be like, dude, stop it. He's from France. Like, France. So I get it. Like, I get that part of it. Like, you're not going to be tough. You're not going to be like an enforcer type of guy. You're French. I mean, your
arms are this big.
You're playing basketball because of your height, not because of your heart. So
for sure.
But yeah, I mean, he's still one of the best players in the league. But yeah, it kind of like I feel like he's gonna have this like stain on him until he wins a cup. Like until he wins a championship, he's gonna be like this guy that couldn't handle the heat, right? That couldn't perform when they needed him at most. And I feel like, it's just one of those things where it's like if he doesn't ever win a championship ring, I think that it's going to be all come back to it started with the Knicks.
So, all right. Then my last question, I just came up with this as you were talking, and then we'll move on to our what we're going to talk about next is what's going to happen next? The Knicks win again,
I
or
don't
Wemby
think the
wins one?
Knicks win again. I think it's going to be competitive again. I think that there's like OKC, the Celtics will be back. I think the Spurs, like there's teams like that. Like I mean, I think Cleveland.
So Wemby wins one again before the Spurs before the Knicks do.
I'm going to say I don't know if Wemby wins one next year. Like I just feel like
No, I didn't say next year.
yeah,
I didn't say next year.
Does Wemby win before the Knicks win another one?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no, just because I think the Knicks might win another one in the next 2 or 3 years.
3 years. Yeah, fair.
It'll be interesting
so-
because like this party is gonna go on like opening night next year, which no one gives a shit about, right?
Right.
But
right.
opening night at the Garden is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be wild. So hopefully they schedule like the Spurs, like for opening night.
Who's the most famous Knicks fan? Is it Charlemagne? Is it Spike?
Yeah, I mean, Spike's been the face of the Knicks.
Longevity.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Longevity. I mean, Seinfeld, Larry David, like they're all long timers too. Like, there's a lot of guys, Ben Stiller, that are long time, but
Sandler.
Spike is like on the road, I feel like.
Well, the other don't feel like he is. And the other thing is that there's a backstory behind this whole relationship between Spike and the Knicks. And apparently, my understanding is Spike and the owner of the Knicks don't get along. And he pays for his own ticket. He doesn't want to have to follow their rules. And the reason why he pays his own ticket, from what I understand, is he's like, I'm going to shoot this team straight. I'll talk shit if they're not good. But if he gets tickets, like Taylor Swift, Timothy Chalamet, all these people, like there's rules he has to follow.
Yeah, I'm not.
You can't leave your seat. You can't do that. So I think it's a cool story. Like he loves the team, but he's definitely not sounds like he's not a big fan of the front office.
The Ben Stiller documentary will be coming out, which will be awesome too. Like this is like some Last Dance type documentary stuff that's going on.
For sure.
They're not the Bulls, right? Like we probably won't ever see a team like that again. But like with the Rams, but like this is it's a pretty big deal.
Yeah. I mean, that OG tip will go down in one of the greatest plays in finals history
ever. Yes.
Actually, that whole series, the OG block, the OG tip will be the two things that like will be remembered for this forever.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I just don't think that anyone will take the Spurs seriously until they win a ring, just because they blew it every game. So, like, they're going to have that in the back of their minds as well as players, where, like, if they get to the finals again, I mean, you can never think that you're going to win a game if you're up 29.
Right. For sure. All right, let's move on. Last thing we're going to cover this week is World Cup, man. World Cup started. I guess my first question, are you watching, Fred?
Yeah, it's hard.
Okay. I know as you said, it was hard. Italy's not in it. I knew it was tough. But the Americans look good on Friday. They won 4-1 over Paraguay. Like, is this a team that we could possibly be talking about now? Like, I mean, I know you and I both said Spain was a team. Argentina was a team to look out for. Some people have Japan as a dark horse. Now, Japan is actually playing right now as we're recording this podcast, so I'm not sure it was 0-0 at the half right before we jumped on. But I mean, this Friday coming up, U.S. plays Australia, which is going to be a massive game. Both teams have 3 points. Both teams have a win under their belt, and they tape the first two teams out of your division, they call them, your group in Group D. So what's your thoughts, Fred, so far, and what you've watched? Obviously, today is Sunday, and there's a lot of soccer on today. Thoughts on the World Cup so far?
I mean, not many surprises. I did watch the Australia game, so I think that U.S. doesn't have a problem there. I think they're definitely going to win the group. I don't think that's a problem. I think the knockout stage is a problem. I'm not sure they win a game in the knockout stage. They did extend the knockout stage, though. So, it's the top 2 out of the groups and then 8 third-place teams. So now, they may win one game of the knockout stage, because if they win their group and then, I don't know how it shakes up and they get like one of the lower tier third place teams, they may be able to win something like that. When it gets to 16 though, I don't think they're gonna have a chance, whoever they play in the round of 16. I thought that, Germany put a fucking touchdown on the board.
So I was watching the game earlier and it was 1-1, and then they had like 4 opportunities to score, didn't score. Then they went up 2-1, then 3-1, and then I checked the score later. It was like 7-1.
Yeah.
I was like,
what? So like when it comes down to it, like England, Spain, Germany. Obviously are favorites across the board. My dark horse is Colombia. I don't know, like they haven't played yet, but like I would like to see how they do. But like like Argentina wasn't really like picked to
a heavy favorite.
I don't think so.
Right.
Like in the soccer world, Messi, yeah, like you have the best guy on the planet, but
Right.
So like it wouldn't be crazy if US got past the round of 16. It would be awesome for the country to get to that point. Like would be amazing, but I don't see it happening. But like they look fine. Like they kind of like really controlled the game. Like it was pretty easy.
Yeah, it was. And by the way, it scores 2-2 Japan and the Netherlands right now. But the other thing too is very similar, and I think to your point, if USA does advance, maybe gets 1 or 2 wins in that round of 16, you're going to see the US come more of a soccer fan. Like it's going to be talked about a lot more. Very similar to the hockey experience when we beat Canada. Like I'm a very perfect example. Like I'm not watching that much hockey. I was glued to my TV when USA was in the hockey and for the Olympics. So I think that to your point, like if the USA does well, you're going to see a lot of like closet bandwagon soccer fans, which I think I think we need. I really do. And being here and stuff like that, I think we need it.
I think it would be awesome if they could just win their group games 3 and then win in the round of 32. Now you go in like that would be crazy, to be honest, for the fans, especially that the cup is home. So that's big too. That helps
for sure
with with excitement.
Now,
as that the cup is here.
Yeah. Now last thing before we wrap up, I know we're going to do a short one this week because next week it's going to be awesome. We're going to be in person. I'll be in San Diego. We'll be together doing the podcast, which I've only done it on Zoom. So it'll be interesting how we're going to do this, but we'll figure it out. But I'm looking forward to that. But last question I'm going to ask you, and just an opinion, everything leading up to the World Cup, everyone's complaining about the ticket prices. Okay. They were taking out, I heard it was like $1,000 a ticket. There were so many tickets left over. I feel like every game that I've watched or I jumped in short amount of time, it seemed like they were pretty packed. And what is your thing? Do you think they lowered the prices as the game got closer? Do you think they filled it to fill the stands?
Yeah.
Obviously $1,000 for a soccer, to go to a soccer game is insane.
Yeah. The prices, the prices right now are a bit bad, but the most of the complaints are coming from like the round of 16, like getting tickets for those games where
so it's not these ones, it's the next round. It's elimination.
It's really
games.
like the knockout stage. Like these games here, they are expensive, but it's the knockout stage that's ridiculous. Like one of my buddies who was actually out here a couple months ago for a convention was telling me that a client of his wanted to close, like he's trying to close a deal, and the client of his, he does commercial real estate, wanted, finals tickets, and it's at, MetLife. And my buddy was like, dude, they're like 40 grand. Like it was something just astronomical. My buddy was like, yeah, that's not gonna, close the deal. It's not gonna close the deal. Like, I have no way of getting
I'm taking
4 tickets.
Taking my entire commission check and then paying for your one ticket.
So, yeah. So like, I think that's the thing, like with the MetLife and the knockout stage and stuff like that. But like, yeah, no, like you said, every game I watched was packed. Now I did see some games in Toronto, the games in Mexico, so like, I think the games at MetLife, I think like, just because it is.
And they're at SoFi too, right?
Yes, they're at SoFi. They're in Irvine. They're in Toronto, Mexico, they're all over. But
Yeah,
I feel like,
that's really cool.
yeah, those games there, and it also depends on who's playing.
Of course.
So like, when you get into like Brazil, they're playing out in Jersey there, like, yeah, it's going to be expensive. There's a lot of Brazilians, like, so, but yeah, I mean, it's not something that the everyday guy is going to go to a World Cup game.
Right.
Now we do have
all right.
the Stanley Cup. We do have
Oh yeah, so
elimination game.
I mean,
tonight.
I'm assuming that everybody outside of Carolina, because obviously we're going to air this on Monday. Like we already said, we don't know the outcome of obviously tonight's game, but I assume everybody outside of Carolina is rooting for the Vegas to win tonight, so we can see a Game 7.
Of course,
right?
yes.
Everybody except Carolina.
Yeah, I would say so.
So what do you think the chances are? Make your prediction, because it's going to be.
I think they force
played tomorrow. You say Game 7.
Yeah.
I hope for a Game 7 too.
Yeah.
I hope for a Game 7 too. All right, Crouch Critics this week, we're seeing Disclosure Day.
Yes.
Now, I'll tell you what, drove by Imagine last night, going to my sister-in-law's house. Movie theater looked packed.
Okay.
I don't know if it was because of that movie, but it looked packed. No one's there as we speak right now. I'm going Wednesday, I think at like 6, which is a great time, especially if it's a 2.5-hour movie. Got a couple movies that I saw this week too that I'm looking forward to, but I watched the preview. Did you watch previews?
I didn't watch the trailer yet.
Okay. All right. And I don't blame you, but I think this is going to be a movie that I wouldn't have normally watched, and I think I'm going to enjoy it, but we'll see.
Okay.
But 2.5 hours is going to crush me. 2.5 hours is going to crush me. I'm not going to lie. I know it's going to crush you. So are you theaters or trying to watch it at home?
I think we're going to go Wednesday. Tuesday or Wednesday.
Sounds like a plan. All right, Fred. I'm sorry. I'll see you on camera one more time. Yeah. I'll see you in person next weekend, my friend. Take care, brother.